Welcome back to the video, grade 12s. In this video, we're going to take a look at question 10 of this question paper. It tells us that at the beginning of a grade 12 year, a survey was done to see how many community service hours each learner had already completed. The table below represents the findings. So we've got the interval classes, the frequencies, the midpoint of the interval classes, and then a column where the frequencies must be multiplied by the midpoint. Then they tell us it was estimated by that the average number of hours already completed by the grade was 12. So quite important information there. The average number, the estimated average was 12. And then by using the table, determine how many learners completed less than the average. So first thing, we need to complete the table. So the midpoint of the frequency interval or of the interval would be the start and the end added together, and then that answer divide by 2. So you can do this for each interval class. So we got 3, 9, 15, and 21. And then we have to multiply the frequency and the midpoint for each of these. So we are going to just multiply them. This is 9p, and then if we multiply this, it's 420, and then multiply this, 84. The one thing we have a problem with is this variable. So we kind of need to solve this variable before we can get the average below, because below 12 would be the sum of these two interval classes. So we definitely need to solve P. So the only other information that they give us is the estimated average. Now, you have to know how the estimated average is calculated. When we calculate it, we take that last column, luckily they gave this to us, over the total of entries in this data set, and then it would be equal to the answer that they already gave us. So we don't have to write in 5 times 3 plus and so on, because we already have a column for the answers. So we're going to have the 15 plus the 9p plus the 420 plus the 84, and then over the total. So the total would be the total of the frequency column. So if we add this up all together, we're going to get 37 plus p. So that's going to be our denominator. That's the total entries in this data set. So we can do two things now. First, multiply the denominator away to the other side of our equation, and then we can add up all the whole numbers on the left-hand side. That's going to give us 519 plus 9p. We can then multiply out the brackets on the right-hand side. The left-hand stays the same for this line. Then we can take all the p's to the one side. So I'm going to take the 9p over to the right. So it's going to subtract and leave me with 3p. And then the 444 will go over to the left and subtract, and it will leave me with 75. Then I can just divide the 3 away, and p would be 25. So if we now go back to this, we've got 25 in the place of p. And the question said, by using the table, determine how many learners completed less than this average. So less than, we can see there, smaller than 12. So that would be the 5 and the 25 added together. And therefore, it would be 30 learners. In the next question, they ask us, or they tell us that a set of data has the properties listed below, where that sign is the standard deviation and that sign is the mean. Then they ask us how many data values were used in this set of data. Now, this is a weird looking question, but if you go to your formula page, there would be the formula for variance. So if we look at that formula, it looks something like this. And then now we know that this little sign that I'm highlighting in red actually refers to the mean. So they tell us that this sign in the given equation now represents the mean, and then they give us this little sign as well for 2. So we're just going to sub in everything into its place. The 32 now actually is the value that goes at the top of the fraction. Then we're going to multiply the denominator away, and then we can divide the 4 away, and it leaves us with 8. So therefore, we had 8 values in this data set. In the next part of the question, it now says 10 new identical values were added to this data set. So instead of 8, we now have 18. As a result, the mean remains the same. So it remains 32. Determine the new standard deviation. So we already know that the formula for variance is the mean over the total number of entries, which is now 18. So to get the standard deviation, we have to square root the other side. And then when we pop this into our calculator, it would leave us with 4/3.